Hi, I'm Lisa Comfort and I run Sew Over It. I am a sewer dressmaker, absolutely love sewing and all things sewing. So you can see here I'm in our store in Islington, surrounded by fabric, which is good because I have a fabric obsession as well. So today I'm here with Love Crafts in my shop and we're going to be talking about my secret fabric stash, which if you are a sewer dressmaker, I'm sure you'll all understand what that means. And also talking through some of my favourite fabrics in the shop and yeah, what I'd love to do with them. So I brought with me today some favourite fabric from my personal stash at home. This is something I picked up in India. So I used to go fabric shopping in India and I hope that I will get a chance to again, but I now have got a little girl, so going to India's not so easy. I went there to buy fabrics for the shop, but I also picked up some beauties for myself, and this is one of them, and it's still left and I still haven't made anything out of it because I feel like it's so perfect and precious and special, but there's also not that much of it, so I'm not quite sure what I would make out of it, but maybe a little mini skirt. I have made something out of our ultimate shift dress pattern, which is like a little crop top that buttons up at the back, so that could be nice for Christmas. But yeah, every so often I get it out and I give it a little stroke and remind myself that I have it. But yeah, I guess I need to bite the bullet and just make something out of it, but I don't know, I haven't decided yet. So this fabric is from my first collection of fabrics that I designed. So I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to design my own fabrics, and after years of buying fabric for the shop, I had quite a strong idea about what I wanted my own fabric to look like, and all of the fabrics are really beautiful soft cotton lawn, so there is a slight drape to them, which is really nice for cotton, and they feel lovely against the skin. I wanted to show you this, which is, we call it the pink monster, but it is the cocoon coat, which is one of our patterns, and this fabric is, as you can see, very special, and it's a combination of wool mohair blend. It's possibly the most expensive fabric I've ever bought. It was about £70 a metre. We bought it just for this sample, but yeah, it makes it a very special coat. It's one of those coats that you'd have that, you know, you'd have to be jumping into a cab and jumping out of a cab and not actually going too far. A bit like, I would think of it as like a Sex and the City coat. I feel like Carrie Bradshaw might wear that. So the inspiration is probably from things that I've seen. It could be from an old vintage dress that I have. It could be from some wallpaper. It could be from an exhibition that I went to. It could even be from a flower. I love flowers and I post them on my Instagram account every Friday as a kind of Friday flower thing. So flowers are very kind of key in the kind of fabric designs that I do. But certainly from this, in terms of the colour, I was inspired by kind of boho folk embroidery and how you often get that kind of black cotton sort of peasant blouses with then brightly coloured embroidered flowers, which is quite Mexican as well. So that's where the inspiration for this one came from. So I started sewing when I was about 8 or 9. I was always quite creative and loved making things in my room. When I was in Italy, I studied tailoring and dressmaking on the side, and I learned a lot there, which was amazing. And I started sort of doing more sewing and evening classes on the side, and then I went back to uni and started a second degree in fashion. And whilst I was there, I got offered a job at a place called Bruce Oldfield, who's like an old school couture designer who makes lots of things for the royals. I got a job for him, so I left uni and I sort of worked in the couture industry for a few years. And it was whilst I was there that I started teaching sewing on the side just to earn a bit of extra money. So I'd go around to people's houses with my sewing machine and teach them how to sew. And then that idea started to evolve. I always knew I wanted to have my own business. And I thought, well, hang on a second, there seems to be a real demand here for this. So the idea for Sew Over It evolved from that. And yeah, I was really lucky that at the time there was a bit of a craft revolution, and suddenly this big boom of kind of people doing mend and learning new kind of crafts. And we just rode that wave and have kind of grown with the industry. So next year we plan to do more PDF patterns. We're also going to release even more printed patterns than we normally do. So we normally release 2 to 3 a year, but we're going to release a few more. That's good news for Lovecrafts, because it will mean that they will be coming your way as well. We're also planning on doing lots more online classes because we've had a lot of demand for those, and that's a way that we can teach more people internationally. So we're hopefully going to be working a lot on that as well. And then on the Lisa Comfort side of things, the magazines will continue, more fabrics, more cardigans. So I haven't talked about that, but I have a little cardigan range that matches the fabrics, so that if you make a summer cotton dress and you want to be able to wear it on cooler days or in the winter, you can do that and it still kind of goes. And some other things that I'm not going to say, some big secrets, so watch this space. Well, thanks for listening and watching, and thanks very much for having me, Lovecrafts, and watch this space for all the new exciting things coming.